communications on behalf of the city. But however, because we are still a government entity, there are still some guidelines that we must follow. And so what we've done in the past, our former city manager provided what's called an administrative regulation, which is just a guiding tool or a tool of guideline for social media postings. We've had different departments in the city that have their own social media accounts. Because based on the department, there's a lot of information, and just to ensure that we have civic engagement with our residents, a lot of them have their own social media account. However, the city itself has an official City of North Miami page on all of the city social media platforms. Just a brief, because I know that, I don't want it to take too much time, but just a brief understanding, of course, the responsibility of social media and providing is just to disseminate information, correct? So we just want to ensure that the information that we are providing to the public is accurate, and then also that it is ethical and it is not, providing certain views that can be explicit or obscene or discriminatory, right? So I'm not sure if you guys have any questions so far. So in other words, you know how we all have our own social media and provide our opinions, our personal opinions on certain current events that are happening, deem it be politics or culture. Those are the type of things that we have to stay away from when posting on behalf of the city. Of course, any of the information that you guys have that you want to share, this administrative regulation, which is Administrative Regulation number 0090, will be able to provide the information that needs to have approval from the communications office before posting. But for the most part, as long as you provide, you go along with the guidelines or the tools, you won't have any issues with providing the information that's needed. But if, when in doubt with any questions, it's best to always follow up with the communications office. And if we don't have the response, that's where our city attorney's office comes in to ensure that we are not violating any local, state, or federal regulations or rules, okay? And understand, very important part, understand that any information that is provided through our social media or comments forum that is subject to public records, which I'm not sure if you guys have already had a training on public records, but that's important to know. Any information that's provided on behalf of the city or interaction or conversation or communication is subject to public records from residents, or anyone actually can say, I would like to have a copy of this correspondence, this email, this post, this information, and that they are subject. It's called Chapter 119 of the Public Records Rule. Okay? Any questions?
No, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope it was helpful. I will ensure that you guys get a copy of this, and if you have any questions, I will also make sure you have my contact information to reach out to me. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really glad we finally got the social media part handled, because in all seriousness, I've been trying to get this done since the last council. It was part of my application. And so I'm glad that we have a social media platform which will help us in order to broaden our horizons and future councils in advancing and also showing others what we're trying to get done.
Yeah, I also agree with that. I didn't join the council until this year, but this is something we've been trying to do for a long time, so I'm glad to see it finally come into fruition. And now passing it on to Madam Clerk.
Right. Our next discussion item will be regarding the possibility of hosting an end of school year bash at Desertland Park, sponsored by our Youth Council liaison, Ms. Patricia Levasseur.
Hello, good afternoon. I was approached by someone from that represents Desertland to host an event at their place of business. And in prior council meeting, we did have a discussion about doing something for the seniors and the graduating class. only reason I'm proposing this be end of the school year event is because I want it to be inclusive of all youths. And I also think it's a great opportunity for us to also recruit and promote the youth council. A lot of you guys are seniors and you're leaving us. And I want more engagement from the community to be made aware. So at Deezerland, they do have a skating ring. There's a virtual room. There's several rooms that we can use. I think for the purpose of what we would like to do, the skating ring is a better option because the other rooms are limited to where it's 30 people at a time, it's 10 people at a time, like the carts are only like 10 carts at a time. The virtual room is like 30 people at a time. Whereas the skating ring, we could have people skating, we could have people socializing on the side, we could have music, there's food. It's a way to de-stress from this whole school year, from the testing. And one of the proposed dates I was thinking is June 3rd or 4th, which is a Friday or a Saturday, and even a Sunday. As opposed to, I know the last day of school is the 8th, but that's also graduating season for a lot of schools. And everyone's gonna be having their own way of celebrating. So those are the proposed dates that I want to communicate to the person who would be the coordinator of that event from Deezerland. But I wanted to know if I can move forward with the planning of this event and what you as council members would like to see happen there.
Personally, I think it would be a good way to reward everybody who went to school this year, because we're just now returning to physical school and it has not exactly been the easiest transition.
Mm-hmm.
And also having it in the skating rink would be a very good idea because it's more open space and it's more space to move around, to meet more people without having to be all up on each other, because there's like a lot of room instead of space.
Another thing I was thinking, although we would have the skating ring, they will open the other rooms. However, that would not be free of charge. We can pay for the use of the skating ring, okay? However, we will not be able to pay for any other activities. And I'm sure if the students themselves want to go in and engage in the other rooms, that they can bring a family member, whoever they want to bring, to do that, and they can do that on their own. We'll just provide the entertainment in that one part of that area.
That's fair.
I actually think this is a really great idea. Going back to what Clark said about how we're just coming back, and so like it's a refresher in a sense. It's a end of the school year refresher, but it's a refresher, and it'll probably help out. I think it's a great idea. As a point of notion, I think that it would be better for like Saturdays or Fridays instead of Sundays, considering people's religious beliefs and such as. And also, I feel like Saturday would be more of a free day for most people.
Yes, personally, Saturday would be better for me because my graduation is Monday night.
Okay.
So, and a lot of schools in the area, I know North Miami, their graduation is Tuesday morning. So I feel like Saturday would be a better date for everybody because you have that day in between to rest and get ready for whatever it is that they have going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree with everything everybody just said, but the skating rink I think would definitely be a better option, just like not only because of the open space, but also I just think the skating rink provides more just opportunity for people to get together, and as opposed to the virtual room that you mentioned, which I think people would sort of break off into their own groups, but with the skating rink people can get around and talk to each other. So
another thing I would need is for the council, if you guys can advise on titles of the party, the theme, stuff like that, so that when we do prepare the flyers and the mailers, whatever promotional thing that we're going to be doing, that it's a catchy name. I have, at my very youthful self, names as well, but I think it's not geared towards my 25 years age group plus, but it's geared more towards your generation, and it's your bash, and this is on behalf of the youth council. It will be promoted as a youth council event. So if you can also advise on titles and names and themes, you can share that with me through our text group and however you want to, how to proceed, and I'll keep you abreast on all the things that we are talking about in terms of the party.
Okay.
One of the ways I do hope to promote the party is that brand new social media that we have, so that it'll be one of the ways that we can engage the students in promoting. One of the things I hope to do is also to create a Eventbrite so that the students will have to register, and so that we have a clear number of how many students will be coming, and also that we'll have their email addresses, we'll have their contact information. Because it's inclusive of everyone, I want you to be mindful that some adults may want to come and make it like a family day event. I will not turn away parents who want to be with their children. So that goes into the count as well, okay?
Do you think we'd be like inviting schools in general, be like make it like an announcement, a school-wide announcement?
My plan is to invite City of North Miami, period. So a mailer, I think a mailer will be our biggest plus. It'll be sent in English, Creole, Spanish, so it's inclusive. Because what I notice is, and even trying to get people to join our youth council, is that we've only just reached out to the schools. And sometimes that information isn't generating the response that we want. And it's sometimes because parents don't understand what this is, because there's a language barrier. So if I'm able to communicate it to them in the language that they can understand, maybe we'll have more participation from the kids. I'm also going to be requesting from Katya, who just left actually, for her to do a PSA so that it's on the radio. And I'm hoping to partner up with maybe one of the popular DJs in our cities to promote it on our radio, whatnot. I'm going to go all out for this one because it's a great opportunity. And it's a great way to, like I said, blow off the steams and get more kids involved, because I think this program is such an amazing program. And the more involvement you have, the more ideas can be created, and the faster we can grow the youth council. So,
Thank you so much, Patricia.
Also, I think this is like a great way to like promote the youth council, like you said, because there are seats to be filled and there are positions to be fulfilled and for people to grow in, you know what I'm saying? And it'll help for more exposure, especially since the term is almost over. And so like it helps us all.
I do have a proposed item for next council meeting. It didn't make it onto this agenda, but next meeting, I do want to talk about recruitment and different ways that we can recruit. And if you guys can share some insight, I also have some insights and some ideas that I would like to discuss and get the approval of the council. The thing I will need approval on this item for tonight is budget, because it's your budget. For promotional materials, I will send you the proposed budget for the mailer and see if you guys would approve it so that we can get it out as soon as possible, because the event would take place in
Early June.
early June. So the more we can promote, the better.
I have no questions. I don't know if my fellow council members have any questions, but thank you. And I'll pass it on to Madam Clerk now.
Does the youth council have any reports?
I just wanted to, again, remind everyone of the Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. The caravan is going to happen tomorrow. Again, about the Earth Day events going on this Saturday, April 23rd. And to follow our Youth Council Instagram account and all accounts on TikTok and Facebook, I believe. It's NM Youth Council. That's the handle.
I have no reports really. There's gonna be a New World Symphony side-by-side concert on Saturday at the New World Center. I'm gonna be playing at that, so this is just an open invitation for people to come. You can sit outside and watch the big projection. It's a really nice hall, and it's gonna be me and around 60 other young musicians playing alongside the New World Symphony. So if anybody wants to come, you can come. Tickets are also free for inside, and also the deadline for the North Miami Educational Foundation Scholarship was extended to April 29th, and so was the Sophia James Hall Memorial Scholarship, I believe. So get your applications in if you're a senior. They're very helpful, and yes, have a good night.
I really have no reports except to back up Vice Mayor Jimena and encouraging everybody to come out and support our Earth Day cleanup event. Other than that, I have no other reports. Thank you.
Angelo, do you have any reports?
No, but I'm just wanting to remind everyone of all the following events that our vice mayor and mayor just mentioned, and I'd be glad to see everyone out there. Thank you.
And with that, this meeting is... Any motions to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
With that, the meeting is adjourned. It is 5:41 on Tuesday, April 19th. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.